What's up, guys? We are back for the back nine of our little bit of bonus footage here with Casey and Cam battling it out here. So what's up, man? You gonna help us out here or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a bit more green on the board. There's a lot of gray going on.
Yeah, you played a pretty solid, uneventful round. A lot of scrambling and.
Yeah, I didn't make too many stupid mistakes. It's just like that. I mean, that one roll on hole two, I didn't even know how that happened. I hit the trees on the highs and it rolls like 80 feet to the right.
Yeah, that's never good.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't like it hit the tree, and I think the camera after we saw it hit the ground, it was like, oh, okay, that's it. And I think it kept rolling. We just missed it.
Well, who's gonna expect it to roll that way, right? Especially that far.
All right, pay attention to his lip. Pay attention to this.
Casey, what a lady killer.
Look at that.
I love it.
All right, Derek Jones.
Yeah.
We're
here I am, bud.
Cam's running his mouth here a little bit. We got to get you back out here.
Calling you out, Derek.
Come on, Derek. Come out and play. Just come as a guest and come play a couple of rounds with us.
Let's time this video just to make sure he gets out.
You really should. Like, give him a poke and say, hey, man, come out and play
one.
I
got to get him out here, definitely.
Well, we're doing the All-Stars. Tell him to come out and play the All-Stars.
Oh, yeah, I should, actually.
We could totally get him into that. All right, it's tie ball game. One down for both. Moving into hole 10. Just 274 feet with this, 10, 12-foot elevation up between these two trees. And then all you got to do is go straight down, miss all of these trees, and finally fade off into the basket on the left.
And miss those trees.
Yeah, and all those too. And if you make even the slightest mistake, you're buried.
Yeah, unless you miss your line by a lot and you kick left, and then you're fine.
Yeah, or you're Martin Hendel, then you'll just kick into it. Please miss this tree.
Man, those are the shots you hate to see, because right out of your hand, you're like, that's beelining right for that.
I know.
This is a rock 3.
Come on, Cam, show us
how well,
it's
see,
done.
like okay, actually, what did I tell you? Unless you miss your line by a lot, and you're fine.
All right, well.
Oh, what a nice kick.
A kick and then another kick.
That's a outside chance. Looks like Marty's orange disc underneath the basket as usual.
All right, look at the control you have here.
Oh,
never mind.
That's right around Casey's, but definitely I thought I got a little bit further than that.
That was so close.
Yeah, thought I had it. That's a great putt.
Cleans up that par and gets it out of the way.
When Casey's putt's on, it's exactly like that. Just laser beam right, like flat, right in the center.
You're absolutely right.
He's got a very committed putt.
What makes Casey so dangerous too is he's got that sky hyzer.
Yeah, he's got the power and it's got a good putt.
Yep. Yeah, he can.
Not happy with the bogey there.
I've seen him break many holes just by throwing over them.
Definitely. It's definitely a good tool to have, especially this course. You saw with Thomas doing it. He just threw over the entire course.
Yes.
Many times.
And Casey's moving into Masters this year, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he has the opportunity to play in that this year.
I think he is, yeah.
He doesn't look like he would play in Masters.
He doesn't.
He looks like a young guy for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And he's got so much talent. I think guys like him and Gigi is another example of a guy in the Masters area that those guys are going to be very, very tough for many years to come.
They'll go back and forth based on what field is bigger. Obviously, I know Gigi does that quite a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, he's got no problem with it.
All right, number 11, par 4, 457 feet. The most common line is to kind of throw out and try to get past this yellow tree here in the right of the fairway. If you can get through that and around, it's not a very difficult upshot to pick up your
and even where Casey dropped right by that tree, it's a relatively simple up and down. It's either a sidearm hyzer or a backhand hyzer. I don't know what I'm throwing here.
Absolutely. You're throwing a frisbee of some kind.
Something circular. And I think, yep, same branch, we're in the same spot.
Both in the same spot. There is a more risky line that we saw at the All-Stars where virtually everybody... Wow.
Oh, that must have been Casey. He plays pretty quick.
Yeah, Casey is one of those guys that when he's ready, he goes. He waits for no cameraman.
Nope.
So sorry, folks, we didn't catch that entire shot, but
this is my more overstable Cayman.
That was very close to going in.
Yeah, but see what I mean? Like it's wide enough. I prefer the sidearm shot. You can go around the right side with a backhand hyzer. So, oh man,
good run by Casey there.
That's a death putt too.
It absolutely is. Actually, catching that rim and absorbing some of that power was probably a good thing. I think Casey's playing for a 4 here.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, there is more of a rarer line that we saw at the All-Stars where virtually everybody threw either gigantic hyzers or rollers. And we saw a number of eagle either attempts or completions.
Yeah, I think Kim got an eagle, and I think Thomas did as well.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me. They all throw more than 450.
It's just crazy power. Like, I have to throw 2 excellent drives to reach the same distance that those guys can just full bore throw.
Yep.
It's incredible. All right, number 12. This is kind of a cool hole for people that play this course locally. A lot of people, if they park in this closer parking lot, play this as hole 1, finish their loop here on hole 11.
Yeah.
This is 280 feet, couple classic lines. The left side, you can take a flick or just throw a very high turn disc kind of down and let it turn over into this basket. And then you also have a great line right down the center that, from my perspective, is a little bit harder, but a lot of guys like that.
It definitely is there. I prefer this low Firebird sidearm rope right here underneath the tree. Take a little hop and right in the circle.
That's about as good as it gets. That's how you do it.
That's my most comfortable play. I've noticed when it's windy, I'll go low. Sometimes I go high over on the trees, but that's not quite my comfort zone. Casey, it's tried to turn, just didn't quite get over.
This course is, I call these courses more 3D courses because the height of the trees matters a lot, and you have to take that into account when you're throwing these big drives. And guys like Casey with huge arms, they want to throw up.
Yes.
Right? Oof. Excellent, too.
A little wobbly. A little wounded butterfly, I think, as Nico LaCastro calls it. or a knuckleball, whatever you prefer. Another good putt from Casey.
Good par there. Looks like you're coming back in the battle.
Yeah, you got 2 birdies in a row. Moving on up in the world.
Good man. All right, 2 down to 1 down. Unfortunate 3 for Casey to give up that tie position.
Yeah, but there's a couple holes that favor him as well coming up, so.
Well, the next one for sure, the next 2 for sure, you can throw sky hyzers right over the entirety of the fairway and land basically right beside the basket.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. Number 13, par 3, 325 feet. You've got the sky hyzer route right there to the right of this tree. You've also got a straight down the center with some slight ante. But be careful not to clip this tree on the left because that is one of the worst spots to be.
Yeah, you're far away, and you got this tree on the left right here.
That's right.
That's a huge bunker.
Absolutely it is. And you can get buried very quickly and be forced to just lay up.
Yeah. I think I'm going over the top here. I think I feel the wind coming off.
So you have definitely elected the sky hyzer route, and you just get over the trees. That's fine.
I caught the backside of that one.
You
okay,
did.
That's how it happened. I thought I had a good line on it, and I just clipped the very back edge of it.
You're not out of it. You still have a decent putt there, and this surprises me a lot.
Casey and I reversed roles here.
Yeah, if ever, wow.
That's crushed.
Yeah, if ever I was going to see those shots, I would have assumed they would have been the other way around. I would have thought you would have thrown the
I was very surprised he didn't go over the top, considering his hyzer on was a hole 4 worked so good.
Yeah, he could have. He's got the power for it.
I'm just pitching up my link again.
All right, taking your 3, forcing Casey to decide if he can make this putt or not.
Yep.
Which he almost does, but that's okay.
Yep. Couple of routine 3s.
Yeah, I definitely am surprised at what happened here.
Yeah, I used to really prefer that over the top hyzer route, just because I could throw more of a full power shot as opposed to trying to throw a touchy flex shot with a fairway driver through the gap, which isn't my comfortable play. I'd rather throw a hyzer with a fairway driver than throw a flex shot. I think that's why I went over the top.
Well, fair enough. That is hole 13 down. Moving into 14, you're almost faced with the exact same choices. You've got a sky hyzer route here up over the right. I would argue that this one's a little harder because it's farther in terms of the second tree in the distance. You have to
push further more to get the opening for the big hyzer.
This drone flight is kind of wrong because no one will take this exact route of flight. They're going to go more over that big bush tree that we flew by in the center.
Yeah, or to the left side of the first big tree.
Yeah, this is one of those Martin Hendel helicopter shots you hear about.
Yeah, I think I'm throwing my Rock 3 again here. Same type of shot, like a hyzer release. I think I yoinked it.
I like this, but I don't like how much ante you put on it.
I just pulled it. I had this the right flight that I wanted, that like hyzer late turn and kind of stall itself out. Casey doing the
once
same
again,
thing.
not going for the skies.
This is the ideal shape though.
This is a
That's
good shot.
Great.
Leave them with about, I don't know, what does that
20,
look like to you? 25?
20-ish, yeah.
It's a long putt, Cam.
Long way from home here, and not a bad effort actually.
It's okay. Decent run. Clean up your 3.
Yep.
Put some pressure here on Casey to make this 2. She
There
makes.
it is. Yeah, Casey's got the power to throw the rock higher, so there's no chance of it hitting that bush, and it's still gonna get to the basket, right? So
You're just like, take the mini, take it off. All right, tie ball game. 2 down for both. Hole 14 complete. 4 holes left.
yeah, this is the home stretch.
Yep. Number 15, arguably the hardest hole on the course, and you can either have a great job on this if you make an excellent drive out of the gate, or you can have a ton of trouble.
Yeah, what makes this one difficult is the hillside.
Yes.
Right? And because, there's definitely a fairway right here. You chip up a sidearm or a turnover backhand right to about here, and then you have this shot. What makes it different is like the slope of this hill.
Yes.
You want to throw like a backhand into it because of like where the trees are placed, but that backhand's going to get carried right down to the bottom with gravity. So
landing up just past the shorts pad here on the ground is where you want to be. Actually, that's not terrible where he is.
Gonna be the worst.
It doesn't look great, but it's actually not as bad as you
I
think.
think I'm going the same way.
Just
just too much
terrible.
turn.
Actually, ironically, I think you're on the shorts pad there.
Probably. Ooh, that's a tight gap.
Casey makes it work.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
It's like he's putting for a long 3 or a fairly simple 4.
So here I got to go turnover sidearm.
Look at this. Same, basically the same boat as Casey. It's a putt off now.
It's not a high percentage putt, and it's also a very scary one. I think Casey's just... Oh, no.
That's just a mistake.
Yeah. Misfire. I can see what he was trying to do with the Sonic, just kind of floated up there, and he might have just released it a bit earlier, or a little too much angle, one of the two, but that's definitely a drop stroke.
Well, it's important to take your time and to think 3-dimensionally.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I see guys making out there is not looking at what's above them when they throw, especially when they're planning on lobbing or throwing high.
Yeah, it's hard to see all the branches when there's so much like in the background. It kind of blends in, and then it's one of those...
Yes.
What they call ninja branches or ghost branches. Raz and Marty.
It's the quintessential example of tunnel vision.
Yes. Where like I said, it blends in. You can't see it until you hit it. You're like, when did that get there? It moved, I swear.
Picture perfect fairway. What a beautiful hole.
Yeah, that's a really, really nice hole.
Big shout out to Chris Oz, man. You really know how to design stuff. This course shows it.
It's got a wide variety of everything.
All right, moving into number 16. Casey gives a stroke back, just one stroke between the two of you. This hole is more of a gimme. 233 feet, downhill, plays more like 190.
Yeah, it's not very far. Even if you put too much hyzer on your sidearm coming in, you're still going to kind of hit between that big dark turn right there in the basket, and it should just kind of rebound itself to maybe 20, 25 feet. So
I wish this basket was pushed into the forest on the right there. I wish they would dig into that forest and just shove it back.
That'd be pretty nice, actually.
It doesn't have to be much. If you
just
push
an extra like
15
feet. Ooh, that's a big skip.
I wouldn't say 15. I'd go like 40 or 50 into that forest and cut a nice circle.
More to the right. Okay, I see what you mean.
Make the accuracy of the flick matter more.
Yeah. Oh, that came in hot.
I gotta hand it to Casey. He's figured out how to get a disc to land on the ground and just go, I'm good.
It's like, I'm done.
I'm not gonna flick.
I'm good here.
Really tanking on this putt.
Ooh, wow, I put that high. Too much loft on that one.
A little bit.
Yeah. I've been everywhere but the chains this round, it feels like.
Casey just overshoots. This was a serious opportunity for him to catch that stroke up.
Still, it's not an easy putt, 35 feet, but
oh no, this is the disaster. You turned an opportunity into tying up into giving another stroke back. That's bad.
That's the one thing with playing fast. Like, playing fast is good because you don't think about your shots, you don't think of the negatives.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you might play a little too fast and then not quite focus in on what you're doing and then go, right?
I've been given that advice before. If you have a routine,
stick to it.
Don't extend the routine beyond what you're comfortable with, but don't go so quick that you don't take your time to plan out your shot.
It's 2 unfortunate drop strokes there from Casey down at the end here.
Yeah. All right, number 17, 414 feet straight down this fairway, multiple trees in the center. It never ceases to amaze me how easily you guys are able to get within circle 2 of this basket.
It says 414, but it is a bit downhill. And
it is.
If you get like a nice glidey, I think I throw a fairway driver here, and if you get it flat, kind of not at this tree that's guarding the basket here, but the one a bit to the right, and just kind of slowly fade in front. Kind of like this. This is a little too up the middle, but it's still going to be okay. Oh, never mind. No, it's not.
Immediately.
That's the tree. Actually, that's a great shot.
It just took all the speed off. But if that was about 15 feet more to the right where I wanted it, then it would have filtered down to a putt.
Here's Casey's opportunity.
He's slamming it right at it.
He's just smashing this. Gets through. Full flight of the disc.
Oh, yeah.
And that is going to be what?
25-ish, yeah. Back into circle 1 here. I think I was in the same spot that I was with Marty.
I think you're wisely laying this up for the most part.
Yeah, there's not really a way I could run that unless I wanted to throw like a sidearm at it or something. That's a good birdie from Casey.
That's pretty important because you're putting now for 3, and he's only 1 stroke back going into hole 18.
Another good bounce back from him. I think it's the second time he's gotten a birdie after a bogey. Tapping another par.
It's funny because when you really have to make a putt like that, those 20-footers can look like 200.
Especially if you're putting for a par and we're for a bogey, you know.
Absolutely.
The more strokes you already have and you're trying to salvage, the longer that putt feels.
All right, number 17 is down, going into the final hole of our bonus round footage here between the two of you.
Yeah, it's been a pretty close battle the whole time. I think it hasn't been more than 2 strokes.
Yeah, good action.
We haven't really been shredding it, but we also haven't been, clunking along. Right? We've been under par for most of the time.
Clunking along?
That's what it feels like. And you're just like, okay, par, another par, another par. Like how my front nine was. It was 1 birdie and 8 pars. It's kind of meh.
I think you took 1 bogue this round, right? Not much, but you put up more birdies this time.
I don't even remember what hole it was.
That just means you're playing a little more aggressively. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, a very important drive here. This looks
a little too turned.
Way too turned over.
You might have a look in there. If he gets past that, like the evergreen there.
That's buried for 3. You pretty much can settle this right here now if you can park it into circ 1, which this looks very good to do that.
Just got to miss those trees right there. Or, it's not that bad.
No, it's a tree.
It's a tester putt for sure. You're not just going to get handed it. This is a nightmare. But she almost puts it in.
Word.
Oh my goodness, he almost...
Go back, rewind that, and look at the gap that he had. It was a window in the purest form.
Good putt.
There we go.
The irony is even if he made it, you still would have finished it up with a stroke, considering you completed that putt. But wow, the pressure would have been much different if he made that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he actually scared me, I think. I think probably in the moment when I saw it hit the cage, I was like, holy crap, he actually got a decent look out of that.
All right, Casey with the ever awesome sportsmanship.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Giving everybody a fist bump there. 18 down. Great run out of Casey on the last hole there. Just 3 strokes down takes the victory. Not bad, man.
Yeah, it's kind of a slower round over in terms of overall score than we're probably both looking for. But, I mean, we had a lot of good par saves. Casey had the good bounce backs and stuff. So we definitely weren't. It wasn't like an easy 3 down and 1 down. We both had to kind of work for it.
All right. You can definitely see the two of you were trying to turn up the heat a little bit.
Yeah, trying.
15 and 16, I think, got a little bit of ways from Casey, and I think that hurt him a lot. Other than that,
yeah, it's just two little miscues. That's really all it was. It wasn't really like egregious errors. It was just like a little bit of a misfire, which we've all had that.
Look at this.
I have many of those on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a testament to how well you guys have adapted now.
Yeah.
Check out these. These are cool stamps.
What is this brand?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I should know this. There's just so many new discs now that are coming in.
It's kind of hard to keep track of all the discs you got in here.
What do we got here?
Ooh, that's a ledge stone.
Oh, I wonder if this is the Heat. Yeah, it is. This is the new Tour Series Heat. I got one of these in my bag the other day, and it's beautiful.
Wow. That's a cool stamp, actually.
It's like a -3 turn, I think.
Yeah, it's like Discraft's version of a Roadrunner or Sidewinder or something like that. In terms of the flight numbers, it is. But that looks like a nice, cool, glittery stamp.
Feels great in the hand. And we just got these Penrose discs, too, eh?
They feel good.
I think there's 4 or 5 different putters that they carry. Very popular.
They feel good. Well,
they really do.
So EV7 only, right now, I think only makes the Penrose and putters and stuff.
Who's the big guy behind these? Who's the big tour pro that's throwing
Drew
these?
Gibson.
Drew Gibson, that's
is sponsored
it.
by EV7.
Awesome.
He swears by these, and they feel very good, actually.
They really do.
I love the firm plastic because I putt with hard links. They feel very, very good.
Well, keep an eye out there, guys. Watch Drew Gibson throwing them, and if it's something that you're interested in, come on down to the shop. We have all of the different colors and types of plastics in stock and available. Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming out. It's always a lot of fun to get some bonus footage.
Oh, always a good time ripping myself on camera.
Yeah, and for those that are interested, we are moving now into Timmel. So we're going to time all of the footage from the FPO from Timmel. That's going to line up with the WGE events that are running here in May. And a big shout out to all the ladies. I got to say, I'm extremely impressed with how many women have been able to sign up for the events that are running all over Ontario. I think we're well over 100 participants now. I think maybe we're up to like 150.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Like, I was looking at them and I was like, holy crap.
I know. Amazing. It's amazing. So we're definitely going to sync the FPO coverage from Timmel last year. We've got a couple of great guests coming on. One of them is Holly Finley and also Colleen McInnes, excellent Canadian pro that's done quite a bit of commentary with us in the past. That'll give you a couple of great ladies' perspectives on the play. Moving from there, we're going to be doing the Ontario All-Stars. That's going to be filmed at our new venue at Winters Farms here in Brantford. And then finally, we're going to finish off Timmel, moving into the MP50, the chase card for MPO, and finally the lead. So plenty of great footage to look forward to. Thanks, guys, for watching. We appreciate your viewership and support. And anything last to say, Camp?
No, just keep watching the videos because they're always interesting.
Awesome, man. All right, guys, you heard it. We will see you again soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.